girls, it's me again, Kristen Davis, coming at you from Savannah, Georgia. It is week 7, entree week with the Real Women of Philadelphia, and I'm a little bit sad because we're coming to the end, and I have enjoyed making these videos, I have enjoyed watching your videos, and most importantly, I have enjoyed getting to know every single person that I have befriended in the past month, and what are we at, a month and a week now? So I'm a little bit sad, it's a little bittersweet, but I'm really excited because just in a few weeks, y'all are all coming here, and we're going to have so much fun. So it's a little bittersweet. So this week for entree week, I am making jalapeno popper pizza. This recipe came about a couple years ago. My dad has been in the restaurant business his whole entire life, and a couple of years ago, not only did he give me this fine little apron we got going on here, but he also gave me these authentic pizza pans. They make a delicious pan pizza, and when he gave them to me, I was so excited. I was like, we have to make a pizza. We have to make homemade pizza, and so some of our friends decided, let's make pizza night. We're going to use store-bought dough. I get this from my local grocery store. If you go into your bakery section and you ask them for pre-made pizza dough, they usually have it in the back if you can't find it. So this is the pizza dough that I love. It is delicious. You could also use like the Pillsbury pre-made refrigerated pizza dough, and you can also go to your pizza places locally and ask them if you could buy dough off of them. So we're going to roll this out. We're going to get a double dose of Philly today. I did that last week and it was just so delicious, so I'm doing it again. We're going to use the Philadelphia whipped, and we're also going to use the triple cheddar with a touch of Philly. So I'm going to get us ready, and we're going to roll out this dough and make a jalapeno popper pizza. I'm going to show you how to roll this dough out. What I did was I have some flour up underneath and I have some flour on top, and the first thing I do is I start just kind of molding it, and make sure that you keep it in a circle. Once you've got it all flattened out, it starts to stick, give it some more flour, and we're going to start rolling. Now, again, put some flour on your rolling pin so that it doesn't stick there either. And you're just going to start rolling it out. You're rolling all the air out of this dough. Make sure that it stays in a circle. Now, every now and then, I like to get real courageous. I got to take my rings off to do this, if I can get them off. And I like to pretend I'm at a pizzeria, and what I'm really doing is I'm stretching the dough. You don't want any rings on because the rings will tear your dough, but put your hands inside and just kind of just gently stretch it. You don't want to stretch it too hard or your dough's going to tear. This is going to get you a bit bigger, better size, and bigger is always better. Girls, I've got it nice and big. Notice it's as big as my pan or bigger, and I'm going to take this pan and spray it with some non-stick spray, or you can use butter, you can use Crisco, whatever strikes you. It doesn't really matter. We've experimented with everything, and I haven't really found anything to work better than the other. And this is low in calories, and it's quick and easy, and so that's what. Okay, so you're going to lift it up, and you're going to lay it right in your pan, just nice and carefully. Okay, and stretch it out to the edges. Look at that. We ready to top? I am. Let's do this. Alright, so we've got all of our ingredients laid out. Let me tell you what you need. You're going to need a whole jar, yes, I said a whole jar of sliced pickled jalapenos, just whatever your favorite brand is. You need a few tortilla chips. That's going to go on top of our sauce. Now our sauce is going to be a little bit of Philly lovin'. We're going to start with an entire 12-ounce tub of the whipped Philadelphia cream cheese. Now I've let this, y'all know I love garlic, so you know garlic's going in here. I like to use the powdered form of garlic in this because it spreads a little bit more nicely throughout the whole sauce. And we're going to use about 2 teaspoons, I would say. 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. And we're also going to throw in a little bit of onion powder. I love onion powder. I love the flavor of onion, but you don't want a big old chunk of onion when you're biting down in this pizza. So I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon of that. Okay? And the last thing we're going to add into this mix is a little bit of fresh cilantro. Whenever I think of jalapenos and a little bit of Mexican, I always think cilantro. And you know, cilantro is kind of an acquired taste for some people, but I love it. I grew up eating it. My dad's father owned a couple of Mexican restaurants growing up when he was a kid, and so I grew up eating cilantro and just loving it. So all I did, grab a handful, we're gonna just chop some up really nice and small, and then we're gonna mix it into our Philadelphia cream cheese. This, you know, when we did pizza night, we gave awards out for the best pizza, and the person who won got a little trophy, and they got to take it home and keep it until the next pizza night. Now this one was a winner, so I had to share it with y'all, and especially since it already had Philly in it, why not? Okay, so I have about a 1/4 cup of cilantro chopped up, and then we're just gonna mix it all up. You want to mix it really good to make sure that that garlic and that onion powder gets all spread throughout. Here we go. Now be gentle, because your dough has been out for a little bit. It's starting to get a little soft. You don't want to go slapping it on. You want to kind of just be gentle, be a little patient. And you're going to spread a thin layer of this all over your pizza. All right, so make sure you spread all the way to the edges. Make sure you don't have any big piles of cream cheese, you know, stuck in the middle. You want to make sure it's all nice and level. While I was spreading, I found something that I was telling you about, the pizza night trophy. This is it, and this is a pizza night winner. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out because, there we go, it deserves its trophy. Alright, so you need a whole jar, and yes, I'm going to say it again, a whole jar of jalapenos, because this is jalapeno popper pizza. And you want to start in the middle, and you just want to cover this pizza in jalapenos. Alright. We got all of our jalapenos, a whole jar of jalapenos onto our pizza. Doesn't that look awesome? Okay, now, so glad I put this apron on. All right, we're gonna top it with the Philly, or the Touch of Philly, triple cheddar cheese. Y'all, if you have not tried this Touch of Philly craft cheese, it is so good. It is so creamy and so yummy. It is my new favorite cheese. Alright, so this has 2 cups. We're putting the whole thing on top of this pizza. And one of the tips that my dad always taught me was to always push your cheese all the way to the crust. That way, when you pick up your pizza, it's holding on to the crust and all the toppings won't slide off. For the final touch, I'm just going to take some tortilla chips. And those of you that know me, I'm a chip and dip fanatic. And so I always have chips. So I just grabbed just a few chips. Even the bottom of a bag would be great if you have some leftover chips. Don't throw that bag away. Save them for moments like this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just take some chips and I'm going to crunch them up. Alright, we're ready to go in the oven. My oven's on 400 degrees. We're going to cook about 15 minutes. You want your crust completely golden. You want your cheese completely melted and maybe browning just a little bit. So I'm going to pop this in. We'll be back in about 15 minutes, and in the meantime, I'm going to show you some of the pizzas we've made over the past 2 years with all of our pizza nights. I hope you enjoy. This looks so good. Make sure it's nice and pulled apart. Yum! Look at that. Oh, that's so good. This is jalapeno popper pizza. It is not only a delicious Philadelphia cream cheese dish, but it's also the winner of pizza night. So you've got to try this. And I'm going to try it right now. I hope it's not too hot to burn my mouth, but we're going to try it one-handed. Here we go. Girl's mouthful. Here, jalapeno popper pizza in Savannah, Georgia. Can't wait for y'all to get here. I'll make y'all one of these. See y'all soon.